might be, yeah, because it's near Port A, right? On the way to Port A.
It's near Corpus.
Yeah.
So I guess near Port A.
Yeah, so it's probably about
it's
probably about 2 hours, right? It's like 2.5 to Houston, so I think it's about somewhere around there.
The idea of things being near each other is so relative in Texas.
Like, people that are born in Austin or like Maine or, oh, it's so far away. I was like, dude, we drove 2 hours to go to a Sam's Club when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, the 20 minutes is nothing to me.
Yeah. No, traffic in Austin, like when it's bad, it's like half an hour, 45 minutes or something like that. Like, definitely Houston, you can easily, like, no traffic is 20 minutes. And getting into, like, rush hours easily, 2 hours. It's like, you just don't go during rush hour. Like, that was a perfectly acceptable thing to do, is just be like, no, I'm in this part of town and I'm not leaving until 9 o'clock. Like, that's just what I'm doing.
and there's still 6 lanes of traffic on both sides.
They have huge highways.
It's humongous.
Always under construction.
It is the craziest driving there. It's I'm always, whenever we go to Houston, my husband's from Houston, as soon as we like get into Katy, I'll like pull over and be like, and now you're driving.
Yeah.
Like, I'll drive anywhere on 71. I'll drive hundreds of miles through, 2-lane highways forever. But as soon as we get to the insanity that is like Houston highways, I'm like, you'll be taking care of this now.
You just give up your will to live and you'll be fine. Just make those merges.
Give up your will to live.
It's very dangerous. I agree.
My mom's always convinced that I'm gonna get shot driving in Houston just because
shot
because like I will be as aggressive as I need to be when I'm driving in Houston because you're not gonna get anywhere if you don't. You put on your blinker and wait for people. And so,
I see.
And then I'm a very talky person in the car too. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? How dare you? And she's just like, they're gonna shoot you. I'm like, they're not going to shoot me. And if they do, I mean, there's that, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
you die doing what you love.
Yelling at people.
You die doing what you love.
I'm like, if that's all that's stopping a person from shooting me in Houston, then like you're gonna die in Houston. Right. But that's not how it is. So. Yeah.
If that person's just real trigger happy, they're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
It's either you or somebody else. So it might as well be you while you're yelling.
Sometimes, and if you're a little more boisterous in your car, they're gonna probably assume you're also crazy and will leave you alone. So.
Yeah. I think that was just your mom's way of telling you you're like a little lippy sometimes.
No, she'll tell me that right out. Hi, Mom, love you.
Oh, wait, does your mom listen to?
I don't know.
I was just saying,
no, Wendell's mom is the number one listener.
Yeah, my mom listens.
Hey, Wendell's mom.
Hey, Wendell's mom.
She does appreciate the
Patrick,
shout-outs.
you're Patrick, Mom?
Give me a hard time.
He does say stuff. See, he's been talking this whole time.
Yeah, he's been running this show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I was like... we are running towards the end, so we probably should.
Wow.
We probably should
I know, this is always
bring
so
it back to comedy.
Sure, fine.
You've been doing.
You came to Austin for school, I assume?
Yeah. It's been about 12 years, something like that. Yeah.
Did you go to UT?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you KVR or anything like that?
I did do KVRX. I did the radio. Yeah.
Oh, the radio. Okay. Yeah.
I had a show on at 4 a.m.
Okay.
It was brutal. We played mostly metal, but since nobody was listening, I remember I scatted for a while. People would just give us the tickets that they like. KVRX has like ticket giveaways, and people would just be like, if they wanted the tickets, like I remember Rat-a-Tat had tickets, and they were just like, no, you're giving them away because nobody's going to call in. So if nobody calls in, we get to keep the tickets. Yeah. So they were just like, please give us the. You get to give them away, but nobody's going to call in, so give them back to me when you're done.
Yeah, I was over at KVR TV right across the way doing their marketing stuff. So,
nice.
Yeah. So the ticket stuff was, real nice.
Yeah.
I was curious if you did, because like when I was at school there, they didn't have, I don't remember there being much improv, and there was sketch but for TV, but...
Really? I didn't know about that. See,
yeah.
There was Giggle Pants, which was like the student short form team.
Yeah.
And that was the team that I thought I was funnier than.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Lubu Roberts, if you're still listening.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was years later that I finally even thought about doing something like this. But we did sketch. I got to do KVR TV sketch stuff, so I was curious if you got
I never got to do any of that. That sounds awesome, though. No, I've never... I've wanted desperately to do like some kind of like public access thing because it seems like a lot of fun, but I've never done anything. I used to do this bit where I would just prank call people, and that seems like that's kind of all I want to do with my life, and that would be a really fun public access thing. That's always something I've wanted to do.
Wait, did you do that on the radio?
No,
I
wish.
Oh,
that was this close to being a shock jock, like at 4 a.m.
Great.
A lot of shock at 4 a.m. for sure. You're like, hello?
You're like, hello? Is it Grandma?
You've been birthday punked.
And yeah, your grandma died.
Yeah.
4 a.m. Let me tell you something crazy about you. What? I'm not even awake.
Papa Booey, Papa Booey.
They're all like, things are going well at the radio station, Frank. Excellent. The ratings are quite high.
A lot of hate listening.
They're really into it. We get a lot of mail. We're not opening it, but here's a bag. You should read it.
Yeah, it's ticking.
Yeah, please.
Oh my God,
They sent you a
that's
clock.
funny. So is that how you started with radio? I mean, like, or did you get into radio because you were looking to perform and it was the medium that they sort of handed you?
It was definitely like I wanted to perform, and my friend had a radio station. Like, I kept having to like get someone to give me permission to do something.
Sure.
Yeah. And so radio was definitely like the beginning of it. I mean, besides like skits for school or something like that,
Sure.
Like,
in class.
yeah, in class or like Boy Scouts or something like that,
You weren't a theater major.
No, physics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're very smart.
Oh God, I'm so smart.
Must have been yes, but why? But
I sucked at it. I continue to suck at it.
It's real hard.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of smart people there, and it took me 6 years to graduate. Not that smart. But it was like comedy was my relief from doing that other stuff. Was like I got to be like funny and like be creative and not have to do homework and stuff like that, and spend until 4 a.m. like studying and stuff like that. Like it was like miserable. It was miserable, and getting to make people laugh and like just laughing with other people is like it was like good medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean you started classes? You started at Cold Town, correct?
Yeah.
And did you start classes before you graduated?
Yeah.
Just trying to do the math there. Of the,
Yeah,
you said you did 8 years of
so
school, improv school.
yeah, so I was 21 when I started, and now I'm 29. But it was the end of my 21st. No, it wasn't. It wasn't even that. Yeah. South by Southwest is my anniversary. And it was.
And that's the end of the podcast. I wish that was the alarm we had set for like the end where it was like, you've got to go.
All right.
No.
Now we play you out.
Yep.
You're old enough, that means turn the record over. I think.
Oh, wow. How did you get older than me all of a sudden?
Wait, never mind. We have a very limited amount of time.
Well, we have to talk about it. We absolutely have to talk about it.
Is that how it happens in Houston? No.
The only reason that reminded me of record actually is because of Monty Python. I could have sworn they had that joke in some of their cassette tapes. Like
it was definitely on my cassette tapes. Yeah. Like when I was learning Spanish in middle school. Like that would be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Turn the tape over.
Cassette tapes. Good. There you go. That's
nice.
Oh,
that's relatable. I'm with
good.
you now.
Yeah.
That's relatable. End of podcast.
Just entirely for.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna do 58 episodes and we're done now. That's so funny. Did you ever have like comedy albums? Like speaking of records, because I have like records on my wall that I've never listened to. Like I've listened to them in. Like I bought them and then I went to Spotify and listened to them.
Right. Sure. Yeah. Believe me, I do that all the time. Weird Al, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like definitely my comedy was like we stole cable. Like we moved into this house and we got cable and it like blew my mind. And Comedy Central was just starting, and Comedy Central was at that point like 90% SNL reruns and Kids in the Hall reruns and Conan reruns. And I just watched the shit out of that, and that was like my favorite thing in the whole wide world was to watch that stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's where like I definitely like fell in love with comedy. The Simpsons, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff like
Did you like the Jerky Boys? Was that like your? Well, you said like the prank calling thing.
I know, right?
Yeah,
it would make sense, but I
right.
don't.
Did you watch Crank Yankers then
I
on
did.
Comedy Central?
I
I was like,
Crank
if we're gonna do
There we go.
Comedy
Yeah,
Central,
yeah. Take it.
yeah.
Crank Yankers.
I was like, Jerky Boys is a little older.
Well, we definitely quoted it a lot. It was so I heard it a lot on like Napster.
Yeah.
Napster.
Yeah, Napster.
You know, he gets a lot of flack, but without him, we wouldn't have had a lot of the things we have right now.
Like Napster's a human being that
Yeah.
we're talking about. Right?
Yeah,
that
kind
He's
of.
He's a cat with the headphones, man.
Yeah, he's a demon. I think he had horns.
Oh, it's a cat.
He's a cat. He's a cat.
Is he a cat?
That's a cat.
Seriously, cats started the internet.
I saw
okay?
my first cat when I moved to Austin. Okay, guys. So excuse me for not knowing.
They, it's just like they hate cats in South Carolina. That's what happens. You just toss them in the ocean.
They hate people that want cats.
Okay, right. They make
What
them
other
go to
people
North.
do they hate?
It's a short list.
I don't think it's a short list.
No.
Well, I mean,
Well,
if you just
yeah,
say
I know what you're
anybody
saying.
not like us,
Right, yeah. If you just a xenophobic
Yeah.
statement right off the top, you
Right.
don't have to name all
just
of them.
new,
Lord.
just new things. Yeah.
Frank's story of Houston, how great it is. It's the opposite story for Wendell and South Carolina.
Yeah, see, that's why I had the civic pride thing. I don't get it because, like, I just
Yeah, I was never that guy. But also, we're from Texas, right? Like,
Yeah.
A lot of it is the same way. You know, like a lot of it just hates the outside.
It is nice though that Houston has that diversity though,
Right.
Because that's the beauty of a big city. When I moved to New York City, that was my favorite part of the whole thing. It was like I got to hang out with people from all over the place. I got to find out about different places. There were parades for everything.
Yeah.
Because people would be like, "Oh, it's just the Puerto Rican Day Parade." I was like, "No, there's a parade for all of the people. Like it's just a different day.
Yeah.
You know, one day it's Puerto Ricans, one day it's Irish, the next day it's Italian, then it's Chinese. Like, you know, whenever I refer to DR, people are like, "What are you talking about? Dominican Republic?" Because like 50% of my friends, this one year that I worked at the Gap, all from Dominican Republic. So I was like, great.
One of my best friends growing up is the Dominican.
Yeah, it's like you don't think about these. I didn't even know about that as a place when I was growing up in Boston, because in Boston it's very divided.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's diverse, I say with air quotes, but it just means they all live in their own separate sections.
Right.
You know, it's like, yeah, there's Italian people and there's Irish people and there's Chinese people, but they don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
It's not how that works.
Yeah.
I lived in the suburbs and we were the suburban people and just talked to each other. Like, yeah. It's a weird place. I don't have that civic
Quincy
pride.
sounds fun.
Quincy's all right. Quincy's a little rich for my blood.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's
Isn't it
good.
supposed to be like a crap town? Like isn't it a quarry or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's some quarries for sure. There's some
quarries.
hang out.
There's at least 4 quarries.
Well, there's a lot of water, you know what I mean? So, like, there's a lot of, like, you know, I imagine people, for me, Quincy was like people who owned boats.
Oh, okay,
Like,
fair.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, ugh, they get so much money, they got boats.
I got that.
They don't just have a house.
They got boats.
It just
They
means
have
they're
many
really
boats.
in debt more often than
Yeah,
not.
so, you know, like, when they were looking for the Boston Bomber and it turned out he was in a boat, I was like, of course, where else would he be? That's all there is just boats. Boats everywhere.
Don't worry, they shot the boat. It's fine, Amy.
They shot the boat. I'm not angry at the boat.
Like the
They
boat
shot
was
the boats?
Yeah, the boat got shot up.
It was a good time.
wait, just after the fact. It was
So
like a-
no. So
Solid-
did the
solid
supposed-
BPD.
Did he was sentenced, right? So he is a terrorist. We're not doing this. Innocent
Not
until
bringing
proven guilty.
something else
Still,
Ooh, this is fun. This is like a serial thing now.
No, we don't give a shit about whether or not he's innocent or not. No one has any. Nope, he is just in a jail, talking to other people who are also like, "But I'm innocent." He's like,
he
"Sure,
may
sure."
not even be in the country anymore. I don't know.
I don't know how law
Guantanamo's
works,
still
so-
a thing, so he may be down there.
I don't know.
I mean, who
I couldn't
knows?
tell you his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not at this point. Oh. I was like, I bet my husband could. He followed that really intensely. And there's only a few sort of like news things that I was like, oh yeah, I'm into that. It was about Boston. I was like, fuck him. Who cares?
That was when I first got into Reddit, so that was that whole.
Oh boy,
that was a big.
That was brutal.
Yeah, bad